slightly because he's here. Let's just shift.
Creep his.
Yeah, you
Creep you down.
I don't need those.
A little bit.
I don't mind them, but
Because, folks, we have now, and here the stakes are real.
Don't get out!
We're also going to let this Remux kind of run through here. I see the crumbs. Crumbs.
He's a plaid guy.
Sorry, I'm just lining shit up in front of you now.
giving me things. Problem.
Yeah, but an educated man would always put death as far away from himself as I don't remember any of the lines from that
Never
scene.
go against the Sicilian.
So, it's time for us to say goodbye to Elizabeth and Kate.
Aww.
But they will return.
It is going to be a thing for sure. I'm definitely going to like whack it for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna take this stuff.
They will return. In fact, they may return sooner than expected.
His G0, actually. Can you pass me the G0 and I'll pass it to John?
Thank you. The's also a telephone here. I'm not sure how
It's fine.
Yeah, I think that might be important.
And then I'll hand this to you.
Great.
Okay.
This.
There we go.
I'm gonna leave.
Are we doing Taskmaster again?
Taskmaster!
We will be doing Taskmaster again. Like that's.
Sorry.
That's
Yes.
not a.
Do you want a new beverage or are you good?
That's not what we're doing today.
Thank you.
But
You're very kind. I'll keep this though.
what we are going to do is
Close the door so we don't hear.
let me explain to you what is about to happen, Scott. So what we have here is a series of 15 questions. Which C or D are your answers. Once you think you know the answer, you can lock it in. But you can always walk away with what you've already earned. Don't forget, though, that you can walk. You will always have a minimum of $1,000 or $32,000. And if you get stuck, you do have your 3 lifelines. You can 50-50. You can phone a friend, or you can ask the audience. But we are going to play Who Wants to Be
Yes!
a Millionaire.
It's my favorite game show. Second, maybe.
Oh, this is still on.
Oh yeah, you got
This
to
is
turn
still on.
that.
There we go. Let's just stop that.
Get that.
Fuck that. So, audience, I'm going to need you to stick around because there is a very solid chance that Scott is going to need your help, at which point you will be asked. But Scott can't see the chat anymore.
Correct. So feel free to badmouth me.
So now
would rather you not, but you can.
Now's the time to just absolutely fucking wreck Scott, if you need to.
Give me a bag of bread. I'll open it with my feet.
Because this is happening.
So excited.
These are questions that have been always telling me about shield mode and stuff, which I appreciate. But
That's fine, but get it out of here. Come on.
Like,
we don't need it now.
I'm good. Oh yeah, and this chat arena has to close.
Obviously, there's a technical kind of setup as we move from one thing to
so
another.
we're just doing that
thank you
right
all.
now. I'm going to.
I was about to say, show of hands in the chat. I can't see the chat, so feel free to show hands if you so desire.
Disable
Are
that?
people generally familiar with the game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I imagine so. For what it's worth, Scott, the player, love the format and have played many times at one of my places of employment. There's an employee there who runs games quite often because I love trivia.
That is true.
So
it's been off the air here for almost 15 years.
That is also true.
True.
I feel like this is going to be a lot more challenging than what I'm used to, though. So we'll see.
Yes.
How that goes.
So, are you ready to play? I will also point out that the game has been randomly chosen for you.
Okay.
So.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
I'm ready, John.
Let's start. Let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yes. Yes.
All right. For $100. Storyteller system games use what kind of dice? Are they D6s? D10s? D20s? Or diced onions?
Oh, shoot. Okay. Honestly, as much as I think all dice are awesome, the really cool ones that we have access to here, Dice by Anyfile, which you can find on the internet, are bespoke or custom D10s. That's B, D10s. Final answer.
You just won $100.
Yes! $100! It's going right back into the stream.
For $200, which of the following games did Kate complete for the first time live on Twitch? Was it Super Meat Boy, Celeste, Elden Ring, or The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild?
While I think some of these would be more entertaining than others in terms of how kind of challenging they are, I was present for part of Kate's run through The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild D. Final answer.
That's $200.
All right. Completed. Wow.
Going well so far. We're moving on to question 3.
Feeling good?
Which Twitch channel aired Exalt Nexus? Was it Elizabeth A. Neal, John Verrill, Biff the Boss, or Zen Robo?
Now it's not a trick question because you don't have the one option up there that would be a trick answer. It aired as part, it's this group of people, but it didn't air on RPGClinic. RPGClinic didn't exist then. Back then, we were streaming on your channel, B, John Verrill, final answer. Yay!
That's good. That's good for $300. Moving on to $500 now.
Okay.
What city was John's super secret location?
Oh shit, John.
Was it Toronto, Canada, Melbourne, Australia, Austin, United States, or Stockholm, Sweden?
Now, I mean, given the the audio quality issues we had during some of the streams, I think it might have been further afield. But I happen to know for a fact that John's super secret stream location was in Austin, United States of America. C, final answer, please.
That's good for $500.
All right.
All right.
Get him out to Stockholm.
And remember, for the $1,000 you get this one, that's where you stay. In Exalt Academy, the first half of the campaign took place where? Was it Gem? The House of Bells? The Imperial Manse? Or Montreal, Quebec?
At UQAM, the Université Québec à Montréal. Also fantastic. I mean, the titular academy in Exalt Academy was B, the House of Bells. Final answer.
House of Bells is correct. You have made
Yes!
it to $1,000.
Yes! We're doing it, team. Thanks to everyone watching at home. I couldn't do it without you.
So it looks like you're doing all right.
Okay.
You've managed to make it to $1,000. All of your lifelines are still intact. How are you feeling?
Pretty good, honestly. I'm desperately nervous that something's going to come up that I should know but won't, but I have the lifelines, like you said.
You do have the lifelines. Audience is cheering you on.
Yay! Thanks, audience.
You ready
I'll watch
to
the
keep
VOD
going?
later and get a, Yes, I am. Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it. Oh. Okay.
We're going for 2,000. Let's go. You are nervous.
A little bit.
Who played Goat Simulator on Twitch? Was it Dr. Surgeon, Tornado Macaw, Paul Prospero, or Inspector Striker?
Okay. I'm the social media manager for twitch.tv/BiffTheBoss, where all of these people stream from time to time. Paul Prospero does supernatural mysteries, and Inspector Striker does less supernatural mysteries. Goat Simulator is not a mystery, so I'm going to eliminate them right away. Tornado Macaw does do extreme shit, but he's a new addition to the roster. So I'm pretty sure... Yes, I remember he was telling me about Trisha 2.0, the new Trisha. The answer is A.
Buying into this. I really
You have to, John!
Yeah.
A, Dr. Surgeon, final answer.
Well, I mean, obviously, you
Yeah,
would
so
know
I would
that
know,
it would
yeah.
be Dr. Surgeon. You're up to 2,000.
Goat Simulator. Okay. Oh my god.
Okay.
I love this. It's part of the extended family. It's good.
Which character had the defining intimacy, "I will follow my brother into the dark"? Was it Quiet Word, Velvet, Speaks of Silence, or Summer Blaze?
These are all characters from Exalt Switch Nexus, to my eye, yeah. Although I will be the first to admit that I had a brief moment of panic when I forgot who Quiet Word was, which is problematic considering what happened to Quiet Word in the course of that stream. If you haven't seen Exalt Switch Nexus, you can find it on Elizabeth A. Neal's YouTube channel, but I believe its playlist is linked on our channel as well.
Yeah, streamed on my channel, but
Streamed on yours, uploaded to Eliz's. However, there was one character whose brother was a recurring NPC in the game, anyway, I'm not gonna spoil too much, but it was definitely a sad moment when we learned that it was this defining intimacy of one Summer Blaze. D. Final answer. Yeah.
Of course, it was.
Pour one out for your homies, for sure. Pour one out.
But you made it to $4,000. Still with all your lifelines intact.
Feeling good.
All right. This is the halfway point.
John's like, just walk, get out of here. I don't have this kind of money, Scott.
Well, the money will be redeemed in RPG Clinic merch. In changing the streaming, who succeeded High King David? Was it Fairlith? Lenore? Mab? Or Morwen?
Now, these are all people who were in line to succeed High King David. And if I recall correctly, there was a series of episodes where the three who came to be known as Ignite were in the Kingdom of Apples and were like kind of dealing with this situation. However, the regent, the person who ended up making the decision, Sophia, chose the hardworking and honest B. Lenore. Final answer. Yeah, final answer. Lock it in.
Okay, well, I mean, High Queen Lenore.
Yeah, it sounds a bit funky, but
has a pretty good.
Okay, good. Phew.
All right, well, that's
Don't do
past
this
the halfway mark. 2 more questions until you hit your next safety level.
Good, great. Come on, we're going for 16 now, but 32 is the goal. Let's do it.
Yeah. Here we are, 16,000. Star Wars: Edge of the Empire's dice are the precursor to what system? Genesis? Powered by the Apocalypse? Pathfinder? Or Savage Lands?
No, they were a precursor, but that does make a lot of sense. Star Wars: Edge of the Empire had dice with threat, and they had a number of dice that you could roll, some of which were like D6s and some of which were, I think it was D8, 6, 8, and 12, or 8, 10, and 12, I can't really remember now. But they had special symbols on them, which is very similar to the system for Genesis, which makes me think that the answer should be A, Genesis. However, I'm just making sure that I understand this properly, that it would have come out before Genesis and therefore became the precursor. So that does make sense to me. It's not powered by the Apocalypse. Use D6s. Pathfinder is D&G adjacent. I assume I should know this, but I assume it uses similar things.
You haven't played Pathfinder.
I haven't played Pathfinder, ever.
Okay.
Anyone wants to run a game for me? Hit me up. And I'm actually not familiar with Savage Lands in the slightest. It would be it'd be very foolish if I donked out here. Gonged out. What's the word? Donged out. There it is. But I know this, John. I don't need to use a lifeline here. So I'm going to say the answer is A, Genesis. Final answer. Don't fuck.
I mean, you knew it.
Yeah, I think I did. I think I did.
Are you sure?
Yeah? I said
Yeah,
final. Oh, thank God. Oh, I got. Oh, there was a pause.
You did get to 16,000.
Okay. Oh, there's a pause.
All right. You make this next question and you hit the next tier.
This is where I want to be.
That's where you want to be. I mean, you're smoking through this.
Thank you.
No lifelines used so far.
What can I say? I have a strange esoteric knowledge of the games we all play together.
All right.
This one's going to be like, what color shirt was Scott wearing? Shit.
Which of the following is not an action in Blades in the Dark?
I need to. Oh God, if I don't know this.
Is it swindle, wreck, survey, command?
Now, the real baller play here, John, is if I just list the 12 actions alphabetically and just go bam, 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 but I don't know them.
You don't think you could be able to do that? You did just run.
I did just run several episodes of it. It starts with a tune, that's the first one. However, at the risk of not being overly dramatic, I know this. The answer is A, swindle. Final answer.
It is your 32,000. You know, you stand to lose
Oh.
15,000.
$15,000, yeah, it'd be a lot of money. But we got it.
You got it. You're now safe. You can't walk away now with less than $32,000.
Thank you to everyone in the chat. I know you're cheering me on. Everyone's like, boo.
They're pointing out the fact that Savage Lands is not actually a gaming system. It's Savage Worlds.
Oh,
But
okay.
I threw that in there just as
Oh, just to fuck you up a little bit.
just
Fuck me up a little
mess. Just a mess. Just a bit. But I mean, so far, look, you haven't used a single one of your lifelines. You still have 5 questions to go before the million.
bit. Okay.
You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's play.
Yes. This is great. This is really fun for me. Sorry.
What is Pasiphakeneot's deed name? Fury of Egypt? Speaks of silence? Silent as the grave? Dances beyond death?
Speaks of Silence is a lunar exalt from Exaltwitch Nexus. Pasiphakeneot is, I believe, a name steeped in Egyptian mythology, but that doesn't... Fury of Egypt feels wrong here. I think there was a guru on Changeling, the streaming, that had the deed name Silent as the Grave. Like maybe one of his packmates, but that's not right. He is. I don't know a lot of the guru terminology, unfortunately. Pukajutsu's like screaming at me from the chat, I'm sure, because Pasiphakeneot was the like proclaimer, not the proclaimer, like the storyteller type, and because of that, we never got to know why they have these deed names, other than Kaylee, who I believe achieved her deed name through the actions of Changeling the Streaming. However, I feel quite confident that Pasiphakeneot's deed name is... Yeah, Dances Beyond Death.
Now, you can't... You might as well guess, right? There's no point in walking away.
It's true. At this point, it's true. And I don't need a lifeline here, but I am excited to use them. But I believe the answer is D. Dances Beyond Death. Final answer.
That is your final answer?
Final answer. F.A. Final answer.
Pasiphakeneot was a Galliard,
Galliard.
also known as a moon dancer.
Ah, love that.
So you made it up to 64,000.
All right. Are you enjoying yourself?
I just want to see whether you'll be able to get this one.
Fuck. Okay.
In Exaltwitch Academy, what was the name of the sunken ship carrying an orichalcum table? The Crimson Guard, the Glory of Nemen, the Heightened Sense, the Silver Record.
In Exaltwitch Academy, news of a ship that had sunk came to us quite early on, but during that first season, we had essentially a field trip where we went and were able to, I think it was even during the first season, where we were able to go, beneath the waves and explore this ship. I believe it's the same ship from the first, from the news that we heard, and it's the one we explored later. Excuse me. However, not actually 100% sure. I'm a little nervous.
You do have your lifelines.
I do have my lifelines, and knowing who's in the chat right now, I feel pretty confident that some of them watched Exaltwitch Academy. So, John,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to ask the audience here.
You're gonna ask the audience.
I'd like to ask the audience about this question, please. Yes.
Okay, well, we're gonna set this up.
Take your time while I make sure that I'm looking at these answers and going, yeah, is that right? Is that right? I'm not gonna say nothing.
Okay.
Influence the chat.
So, chat. Scott is going to need your help. In the poll right now, you can choose either A, B, C, or D. Remember, you don't have to take what they give you, but I will tell you their answers. Vote A, B, C, or D starting now.
I just thought it was I think it's a really cool lifeline, because who knows what the people in the chat are going to say.
So the poll's over.
Okay.
100% of 100% of the people in the chat say that the answer is C, the heightened sense.
Good.
Now, I should say, though,
Yeah.
that, of course, one person might say that they're very confident and everyone just decides to go along with
It's
it.
true. So if the first person specifically is like, guys, it's this, vote this, which you don't get when you're in a little studio audience, is true. However, I will now acknowledge out loud that the ship from the beginning of the season that we heard of crashing or sinking off the coast of the Blessed Isle was called the Heightened Sense. And then I was like, oh shit, is it the same ship that we then explored later? And I believe the answer is yes. So I'm going to go with the audience. I love you. Don't fuck this up for me. Just kidding, guys. John, the answer is C, the Heightened Sense. Final answer. Is the audience good?
Do you trust the audience?
Yeah.
You know, Kung Fu Fenris is in the audience. He said he knew this.
I trust Kung Fu Fenris.
He was right.
Oh, thank God. I'm just kidding.
You made it up to 125,000.
I'm gonna feel real dumb if the next question's a good ask the audience one as well.
Well, you've
But you gotta
still
use
got
it.
2 lifelines.
It's true.
Still have 2 lifelines. You have 3 questions left.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's play.
It's getting tougher though. It's getting a little spicy.
When Disconcordia concluded, how many channels were part of the Starcloth category? 8, 9,
We're fucked.
10,
Okay.
or 11?
See, this is an ask the audience question.
It's true.
All right.
They could just go on Discord and look.
Sorry. Yes, they could. That was probably very loud. Disconcordia was our 24/7 roleplay channel for Changeling, the continuation of the universe of Changeling the Streaming, typically called Disconcordia. The Starcloth category was all of the rooms within Starcloth, and unless I'm mistaken, it's when Disconcordia concluded. So it'd be at the end of the game. How many channels were there?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't include things outside of the theater, private channels, elsewheres, info, etc. So I should just theoretically be able to remember every room in...
Do you think you could remember every room?
Well, here it comes. You ready? I'm going to start naming because this is going to help me. So there was the foyer, the main stage, the black box, the office, and I'm going to tack in secret space, Zoe's apartment, because that was part of the...
Do you want me to
Starcloth
keep an
category?
account for you?
Yeah, sure, thank you. I think I'm there.
You're
Yeah,
fine.
good. Okay. Then we move down. We stay upstairs. There's the projector booth. Then we go downstairs. There's the green room, the underground garden, the studio. That's 9. So that is an appropriate answer. It works here. The question is, am I missing something? The underground garden and the green room were big draws on Disconcordia. The studio disappeared for a while but returned. And I named those. There was the projector booth upstairs I named, and then the 2 main theater spaces plus the foyer, plus the office, plus Zoe's apartment. The box office wasn't its own space, it was in the foyer. Were there any other important spaces? When it was reconstructed, the studio kind of reconstructed after Samhain or whatever. The studio disappeared. Things were rearranged, but it came back. The Wrath was there. Should be 9, yeah.
Do the standard North American way.
I don't think I'm missing anything.
So you think the answer is 9?
I think
I
the answer is 9. Now, if I were to phone a friend, I have one of the friends that I picked in advance of this show.
Yeah.
Would probably have a pretty good sense of this, but they would also probably have to count it out. If I 50-50...
Do it in 30 seconds?
Yeah, that's a good question. I doubt it. Is it 30 seconds?
You have 30 seconds. And you have to read them the question.
Right, so,
That's why there's a blindfold.
That's right, that's why it's here. No, I feel quite confident that I'm not missing something. If I am, I'm willing to accept the consequences. A 50-50 would just, randomly take away 2 wrong answers, and then I'd be left staring down the barrel of, did I count one too many or not?
No.
I'm confident.
You're confident.
Enough.
Okay.
And I'm confident enough to answer this. If I'm walking away, how much am I walking away with?
You're walking away with 125,000.
God, that's a lot of money. Okay.
This
But
is
no.
250,000.
It's a lot of money. It's twice as much money.
Yep.
I feel quite confident with this, and
Okay.
I really don't think there's any rooms I'm missing. But I'm just gonna. There were like little lockers off the green rooms. The green room. No, John.
Mm-hmm.
When Disconcordia concluded how many channels were part of the Starcloth category,
Yeah.
the answer is B, 9. Final answer.
That's your final answer.
That's my final answer. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I just would feel bad.
I guess you're forgetting the loading bay and the infinite whiteboard.
Oh no! Oh, so bad. One of those isn't even a room, but of course I forgot.
Channels.
Ah, they sure were. That is disappointing.
It was a pretty good run, though.
Yeah, it was.
It was a pretty good run.
I'm not unhappy with how I did. Should have walked.
Ellie Spot says, I would have lost here, too.
You wouldn't have forgotten about Zoe's
the
apartment.
general thing is that people are if they had checked, the loading bay and the infinite whiteboard are the ones that are the harder ones.
Right. They don't come up every day in play. However, I'm pretty happy.
You're pretty happy?
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
What?
You do still get to walk away with 32,000.
Yes! It's a lot of RPG Clinic swag.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Want to send in Liz?
I do. Thank you all. I'm gonna go get Liz. Do I have all my shit? Yep.
Don't worry. Liz will be right here, and we'll be back for some more Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It is a little different when you're at home and there's no pressure on you, right? Like, that does make quite the difference.
Ow.
Oh, I forgot to do this. I could have totally done this. That is my bad. Maybe Scott would have won if I had done this.
Ooh, my
That's right
face,
there.
my worried face. My insane hair. What the hell? Oh my God.
So we're back from the break.
Hi.
Hi, Elizabeth, you're here.
I am.
You're ready.
Ish.
Well, here's what I can tell you. We can just remind you of what we're doing here.
Please do.
Whoops. I gotta clear this.
Oh my God. That's a
Wow,
tough answer.
What is happening here? Oh, I gotta reset the game. That's why. Ha 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 ha. I totally screwed that one up. It's fine. I just had to reset the game. And I did. Kate coded this well enough that it does work, but I have to remember to push the fucking buttons. All right, here we go. There's going to be 4 multiple choice or 50 multiple choice questions with 4 answers, A, B, C, or D.
All right.
When you think you know the answer, you can lock it in, and then remember that you can always walk away if you're not sure of what the answer is.
Right.
But you do still have 2 safety nets of $1,000 and $32,000, so you can't walk away with less than that. But if you're stuck, you do have lifelines. You have your 50-50. You can phone a friend, or you can ask the audience.
I love this. This is so cool.
You think you're ready?
Yes.
All right, let's play Who wants to be a millionaire? Getting lots of hearts in chat right now.
Oh my god!
Let's start for $100. Which of RPG Clinic's safety cards indicates I'm okay to continue? Play, pause, stop, or Joker?
That would be A, play. Final answer.
Well, I mean, I think we're ready to keep playing, so we'll move on.
I'd like to green card that question, John.
We'll move on to $200. Which streams had John attempt various video game challenges to prove he wasn't without skill? Was it Speedy JEV? I Swear I'm Okay? Scrub Check? Or Which Button?
I'm dying for you to actually do a which button one, but the answer is C, scrub check. Final answer.
You're right. And sometimes I wasn't even a scrub. All right, let's check out 300.
Okay.
Which legacy board game was played start to finish on RPG Clinic's Twitch channel? Gloomhaven? Seafall? The King's Dilemma? Or Charterstone?
Fantastic game, The King's Dilemma. C, final answer.
I mean, I loved it. I absolutely, and honestly,
So
out of
good.
those, I think that it's the one that I would have loved the most anyway. So let's check out 500. When RPG Clinic players show their appreciation for someone attractive, they take a what? Breather? A bow? A half second? Or a dump?
C, half second. Final answer.
Yeah, I'm sure that people will be taking half seconds for you in chat right now.
That's my emote.
But, yeah, here it comes. But let's see if you can make it to 1,000 in your first safety tier. In Exaltwitch Nexus, what was the name of Nexus's river god? Was it Mlem? Clem? Flem? Or Lady Gaga?
It was Clem. B, final answer.
Final answer. You can't walk away with any less than $1,000.
This is more gold than I've ever seen in my life.
This is more gold than I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, Kung Fu Fenders, we all miss Clem. We all miss Clem.
Clem for Prez, Clem for everything.
I mean, so far you're doing great.
Thank you.
You haven't used any of your lifelines. This is where it's going to start getting a little tougher.
Okay.
Feel free to talk these questions out if you need to, but you ready to keep playing?
Yeah.
Let's go for $2,000. Which Amazon Prime famous actress modeled the face for the half second? Who of the following has never had their voice air on RPG Clinic? Captain Daff? Dio the Yarn Dragon? Aragorn? Or Gilladgood?
D, Gilladgood, final answer.
You seem pretty confident in that.
Yeah.
You are correct.
The Dio one would be the toughest one to remember, but I do remember it.
That was the ship.
Voiced a ship.
That's right.
Impeccably, if I may add.
For 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
In Whispers in the Water, who was the publican of the three-legged goat? Is it Mrs. Seville? Mrs. Griggs? Mrs. Watcher? Or Mrs. Ward?
Answer is D. It was Mrs. Ward, lovey.
I mean, we did just have the Froyo for
We
it.
did. That was
Fresh
very
on our
helpful.
minds. 4,000.
More money, more money.
And this is the halfway point
Great. Halfway, half second.
for 8,000. Who is Little One's mother? Vermilion? Scythe? Astra? Jig?
Answer is B, Scythe. Final answer.
I mean, you have a special relationship
I
with
do.
Scythe,
I
so
do.
it sort of helps.
Quite helpful.
All right, 16,000.
I know Scott was probably like bantering left, right, and center. I'm just like,
Oh, yeah.
I know the answer.
You're
Let me
focused.
say it before I get confused and distracted.
That's fine. Which of the following classes is not playable in Star Wars Edge of the Empire?
Oh, fuck.
Or specifically, I'll say it is not in the core book of
Okay.
Edge of the Empire. Is it the Bounty Hunter,
Mm-hmm.
the Technician, the Jedi, or the explorer?
Okay, so I know Bounty Hunter was... I feel like it's Jedi, but that could also be because you were dissuading us from playing Jedi, but that doesn't necessarily mean it wasn't in the book. And now I'm confusing myself.
Talking it out just...
See, this is the problem. Okay, I want to ask the audience.
You can ask the audience?
Yeah.
All right, I'll set that up for you. Audience, it looks like Liz needs your help. So, we're going to ask you. Which of the following classes is not playable in Star Wars Edge of the Empire? The poll is now active. You can vote A, B, C, or D. And I will let Liz know what the results of the poll are, so you can vote now.
Come on, audience. I appreciate you. And your brains. And your brawn.
I mean, they've got some brains and brawn.
That's right.
Well, the results are in.
Oh no.
80% of the chat says the answer is C, the Jedi. 20% say that it's D, the Explorer.
Okay, that's funny. Those were the two that I was stuck between anyway, so I'm gonna go with C, the Jedi. Final answer.
You have to have the Force and Destiny source book to be able to play a Jedi.
Okay, all right, good.
So you've
good,
made
good.
it to 16,000.
Excellent.
And
Thanks, audience.
This is with 32,000. You get this one. You can't leave with less than that.
Fantastic.
You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go for 32,000. Flavienne belonged to which of the great houses? Was it Acelsi? Sinus? Pelops? Cathak?
C, Pelops. Final answer.
Oh, she doesn't want to think about this.
No, I really
She just
don't.
wants to commit.
I really want to commit.
You like Flavienne?
Yeah. Love. Who doesn't?
Well, Pelops certainly does.
Yay!
You're doing fantastic. Look right
Yeah.
now, you are up to 32,000.
Woo!
You've only got one lifeline used. You have two left. You still have your 50-50, and you can also ask a friend. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling nervous.
Nervous?
I'm always nervous when I'm doing well in something.
Well, I mean, so far you're doing really well.
Waiting to be smoted.
Weirdness is culping you. Culp.
Culp. Thank you, weirdness.
And so here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Now, this question, don't worry about it. You can't leave with less than 32, so we can take a flyer on it. Let's play for 64,000.
Let's do it.
Which RPG Clinic campaign named its episodes after song titles? Exaltwitch Nexus? Exaltwitch Academy? Changeling the Streaming? Or Star Wars Reach?
Okay, well, I know it's not Reach. I'm starting to second guess if it was Streaming or Nexus. Because what the hell did we name Nexus titles?
I mean, we do naming a little weird here. We often name the episodes before they air.
That's it. And I remember in like pre-show, like pre-stream and stuff, you would be like, I need a song for this episode. And then we would kind of shoot the shit about it. The question is, which one was it?
Which one was it?
Yeah. Because what were the Nexus ones called? Okay, I'm gonna say that it was Nexus. Final answer.
Nexus final answer?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was Academy.
It was Academy! Oh, I wouldn't have gotten that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there were so many
Ballroom
more.
Blitz for the
You're
gala
right.
episode.
Oh, snarp.
Exaltwitch Nexus were named, the first 20 weren't named.
Yeah.
And then they
But
started
then
being named after Star Trek episodes. Changing the streaming were named after games.
Yes, and I remembered that because there was one called Kerplunk, I think. And for some reason that's what stuck with me. But I would not have guessed Academy. I knew it wasn't Reach.
Yeah, Star Wars Reach just had like Star Wars titles
Yeah,
because we had to do that for the crawl. So the Reach were actually all of them were named beforehand, but Star Wars Reach I had to physically put it into them.
Right, because you had to.
Yeah.
Okay.
But look, you still managed to walk away with 32,000. I don't think that you can feel sorry about that.
This is true. This is true.
But thanks for playing.
Hey, thank you for having me. This was great.
Can you send in Kate?
I can.
Excellent.
Bye, folks. Do 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 do.
You pity my bank account? I know that's 64,000 that I gotta throw out there. At the after Kate's run, we'll look at the questions that they didn't get to, so we'll get a chance to see how much harder it would have gotten. But it will be all of them. All of them will be able to participate.
No one's been phoning their friends.
No one's been phoning their friends. So what does that say? What do you think? How do you think they've done so far?
Well, I definitely heard Liz be like, "Oh, so that's," and I was like, "Oh no." Oh, either she got it right, but then she called me in. So
Orangia says, "If Kate coded this?" ?
I did code it, but I made it all empty buttons with like two different stupid questions. One of which was like, in 1994, who threw mankind off Hell in a Cell? Whatever that stupid meme text is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you did a fantastic job of it.
I'm so short. I was like, oh, I'm so much shorter than you.
That's all right.
I can sit up straight.
Now, I know that I don't have to explain this to you, but let's go through it anyway. We have 15 multiple choice questions with answers A, B, C, or D. And once you think you know what the answer is, you can lock it in. However, you can always walk away with whatever you've won and we'll see whether you beat them. But you can't win any less than 1,000 or 32,000 if you make those levels. And if you get stuck, you'll always have your lifelines. You can use 50-50. You can ask the audience, or you can phone a friend, or then you can ask the audience. So you ready?
Yes.
All right. Kate, let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
I'm facing the wrong way.
Oh, you want me to flip your camera? I'll flip your camera right
Now that I'm the third player, I'm like, no, I'm not facing the right way in the overlay.
All right, well.
Transform. You have to unlock it. It's the worst.
I have to unlock it first?
Oh,
Oh.
so rude. So I get extended time on this question. Good thing the questions aren't ever timed.
And now it's just covering me.
There. Great. Sorry about that, everyone.
Here we go. So, how about we just go with the question, what day of the week sees the most streams on twitch.tv/RPGClinic? Sundays? Wednesdays? Fridays? Or Saturdays?
Well, I know that we did used to stream twice a week. It used to be Wednesdays and Sundays, and then sometimes clinic hours was moved to Thursday, which isn't even on the screen. But the most consistent day that we have held has been Sundays, so I'm going to say a Sunday final answer.
No, I wouldn't worry about that. It's Sunday right now, so why don't we just move this on
Yeah.
to the $200 question.
Well, it's Sunday right now here.
In changing the streaming, Zister Flex was what kith? Boggin? Autumn She? Puka? Or Knocker?
Well, see, I played a character, Patches, who had a particular relationship with Zisterflex because we were both knockers. So D, knocker, final answer.
Well, I'm glad that you're not listening to Aravana shouting answers there. Yes, Zisser, of course, was a knocker. That's 200.
I'm glad that I can't see chat.
In Exaltwitch Nexus, most of the chronicle was focused on what city-state? Nexus? Chiaroscuro? Thorns? Or Marin Bay?
I'm not even sure if Marin Bay exists in Exalted. If it does, I love that there are so many cities out there to learn about, but I did not absorb them all. We visited Chiaroscuro, we talked about Thorns, but we spent most of the game in a Nexus. As per the name of the thing, like that feels a little too
Absolutely.
free. Honestly, maybe that should have been the 100.
Well, let's go for 5.
All right.
Which stream has Elizabeth and Scott reading Nancy Drew novels on Twitch?
Oh my god, this extends
Drew
beyond.
Crew? Drew View? Drew Screw? Or Drew Shrew?
This extends beyond the RPGClinic channel. Shock and awe. Thankfully, I'm a huge fan of their regular Saturday afternoon stream, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Drew Crew, a final answer.
Of course, we all love Drew Crew.
Yes.
I mean,
Drew Brew.
if you're smart.
Drew View. Drew Boo.
The section following a streamed RPG session run by John is affectionately known as what? The Talkback? Aftercare Central? John's Fancy Corner? Or the Fuck This Zone?
So in theater, after a play, when the audience has a chance to interact with the cast or the writer, the director, or some other parts of the creative team, it is referred to as a talkback. But thanks to, I believe, Aragorn, it is known affectionately as C. John's Fancy Corner. Final answer.
Of course, you got $1,000.
Safe! I don't walk away with nothing.
You don't walk away with nothing. You cannot, in fact, walk away with nothing. You have to have at least $1,000.
I'm excited.
Are you ready for this to start getting a little harder?
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look. Here comes it for 2,000. And we also talk smack. Yes, Kung Fu Fenders, that's right.
I want to know what chat said.
Which of the following was not one of the PC aliases in Whispers in the Water? Slink? Thistle? Waif? Or Ghast?
So we just did our froyo for Whispers in the Water, Blades in the Dark, Whisper in the Water, and we were all referring to Thistle and Waif. Then we kept referring to Zane, who was your character. Even though he had a moniker, for whatever reason, Zane stuck more, maybe because it was a cool name anyway. But I am very confident that his alias was Ghast, therefore the missing one was a Slink. Final answer.
Well, there was a reason I asked you to take all your character sheets off the table. It's $2,000 for you. 4,000. Who is the quartermaster at the House of Bells in Exaltwitch Academy? Is it Juin? Bracken? Newfin? Or Garavel?
Oh, this is fun. I'm 99.9% sure, but that 0.1% of me is panicking. It's tiny. It's the size of a grain of sand, but it is panicking. Going from an order, Garavel was... Oh, now I'm really doubting myself. Now my brain is completely panicked because I think Garavel was the medic, and now I'm who the fuck was Newvin? Were they the headmaster? I don't know. It's been a while. Bracken was the librarian, but 99.9% of me is sure that the answer is Ajuin, so I'm going to say Ajuin. Final answer.
0.1% is freaking out?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's just 0.1%?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just 0.1%. The answer is Juin.
Yeah.
Of course, the chat was like, we can help.
Yeah.
This must be tough for them.
Yeah, like I wish that I could see chat, but I also know that they could give me answers. But I want to see you for like the friendly emotional connection.
Nuven was the commandant.
Commandant. But like the leader of the school.
Yeah.
But commandant. Yeah.
All right, this is the halfway point for 8,000. During the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate charity stream, viewers donated to make John dress up as who? Is it Bowsette? Zelda? Kyoko? Or Starlight Dove?
Thank you for saying what SSBU was, because I got to that and I completely panicked. So yeah, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That was a lot of fun. That was in our previous apartment. We had a lot of friends come and go throughout the day. And we raised a surprising amount of money. I think we upped our goal at least once, maybe twice.
We did. Yep.
It was really cool and really wonderful that our audience turned out and helped us raise money for an awesome charity. It was Extra Life for Kids, which donates to various children's hospitals. I am lucky to have gotten this question because I helped in creating this costume. This was at the very close to the height of the meme that was a Bowsette.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
I still think I can rock that dress.
Oh my god, yes. And that wig.
Weirdness points out, I think the crown went missing, though.
Oh. I think, yeah. Like, I know where a crown is, but at the time.
We had found it.
Yeah.
We found it, but...
Yeah.
Are you ready for 16?
Yes.
All right, here we go for 16,000. In Changeling, the Dreaming 20th Anniversary Edition, what is the 4th level of the Art of Sovereign? Dictum? Grandeur? Guest List? Or Geish?
Geish.
Geish.
That's not currently my final answer. Okay. So, my character in Changeling the Streaming, and neither my character in Changing River Wild had access to Sovereign. While we were running Disconcordia, I did have a character who had access to it. But because they were a relatively short appearance NPC, I feel like I didn't necessarily have as much awareness of each individual level of Sovereign as you do if you're a character buying it up.
Of course.
So now Geish is very powerful. So is Dictum. Grandeur feels impressive. I know. I'm like sure it's not guest list. I feel like for safety, I need to use a lifeline.
Okay, well, you have access to all three. You still have your 50-50. You could phone a friend.
If I was going to
Or you
phone
could poll the
a
audience.
friend, I would phone Liz. But, yeah, I feel like this. I'm not. Again, I don't know if she would remember exactly which level it was, so I don't want to put her on the spot like that. I feel like there's hopefully enough people in the audience. There's more than like 2 people in the audience at this time.
There's a bunch of people watching.
I'm going to ask the audience.
You're going to ask the audience?
It's going to take you a moment, but yes, I'd like to ask the audience.
All right, well, you can ask the audience. That's no problem.
Yeah.
So, audience, it looks like Liz is not coming in. Well, at least not yet. Maybe you won't trust the audience. But we're going to be asking you. Using Twitch, you can either answer A, B, C, or D in order to help out Kate and see if we can get past this answer. Just please use the votes now.
Yeah, so again, I'm almost certain it's not guest list. I feel like that's first or second level. Dictum, I feel like Grandeur, I feel like is third. So to me it's between Dictum and Geish. And Geish is so life-changing. But let's see what the audience has said.
100% of the audience says that the answer is A, dictum.
Okay, so I know in Real Millionaire, there's the whole audience there. Did more than one person vote in the poll? Am I allowed to know that? Great.
8 people voted in the poll.
Oh, wow. Thank you, 8 people. Then the answer is A, dictum, final answer. Not the society.
Dictum was the second level of sovereign in 2nd edition. But in 20th, it's 4th.
So is Geish 5th?
Geish is 5th.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like
Guessless is 3rd.
felt like Geish was more powerful, but I don't know. Dictum
Protocol
feels...
is first.
That's what I was
Then
thinking.
it's grandeur. Then it's guest list.
Huh.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
Well, look, you are at 16,000 and you still have 2 lifelines left. All you need is to just get one more and you'll make it to the next
Thank
safety
you,
tier.
audience. I may well have gone with Geish. So very appreciated.
So are you ready for the 10th question? All right. Let's play. Who was the self-described mechanic who nominally joined the crew of the Redshift Runner? Was it Malto? Kappa? Nuvral? Or Sente Pola?
Now, if I remember correctly, Nuvral was the fellow bounty hunter that was looked up to by this character whose name is escaping me. I can picture the species, but the name. Hi, I'm something cute. I don't remember the name. It's gone. Sente Pola we interacted with very, very early on in the campaign. Believe they were gone before we dealt with the self-described mechanic. Malto is such a familiar name, but I still can't place them. But Kappa was iconic. Kappa had a certain way of saying hello that I think will live in my heart for a long time, if not the rest of my life. So I'm going to say B, Kappa, final answer.
This character's name was Melba.
Thank you.
And the mechanic's name was Kappa. Hello. So you've made it. You're now at the 32,000 mark. You can't leave with any less than that. You still have 2 of your lifelines left. How do you feel?
Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty thankful.
Weirdness is calping you. Calp.
I don't know why I always feel like it's like clapping like a seal or something. Calp.
Well, because there's just an adorable emote, which you can't see, but we'll just have to live with it.
I believe you.
All right. Well, you might as well take a flyer at this question. You can't leave with less than 32, so it doesn't matter. Well, I mean, you don't want to get it wrong.
I'd like to progress, so I'll try.
All right. Well, let's have a look. For 64,000. Here we go. Which of the following characters had contacts in the military? Was it Mikkel? Burble? Patches? Or Brahm?
No, I don't know whether... I feel like Mikkel wouldn't have had military contacts as much as she was rough and tumble. Burble even less so, as much... I guess there's, a science and research division. Brahm was a knight, but I have the great fortune for this question to have randomly been assigned to me. And as the player of Patches, I know that I had Dot's contacts in Montreal government that I usually use to get blueprints because I was an architect. And in the Canadian military, having served in the Naval Reserve. So the answer is C, Patches.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Some of the chat is saying that it was the Coast Guard, but I think you and I both know that it was the Canadian Navy.
Canadian Reserve. Doesn't mean they don't help the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
Reserve specifically, not active military. She was never shipped overseas. But
Ellie Spot is asking, how was this a $64,000 question? Well, because it was random for you.
Yeah. Like, particularly if Liz got it, I don't know if I don't know if it ever came up. Like, I think maybe when we're in Halifax, I'm like, oh, well, since I have contacts, I'm going to go see some friends. But, like, I don't think it ever mattered in game.
Not
so
everything
I can see Liz
comes up,
not
especially
being sure,
considering how much ink was spilled on Patch's character sheet.
Yeah.
Like one or two dots might have gone
Yeah.
unnoticed. But that's 64. You ready for 125? All right, here we go. In Exalted 3rd Edition, gambits are what kind of action? Movement action? Reflexive action? Withering attack? Or decisive attack?
Oh, boy. It's been a while.
Been a while.
We played Nexus, which was when Exalted 3rd Edition was brand new. Hot off, not even at the presses, much less hot off the presses. Then we played it again. We were playing Dragon Blooded. And I feel like there was a lot more thought, at least for me, in thinking about the differences of playing in Dragon Blood versus Solar, what those charms were, what I'd be more likely to be good at. I was using martial arts instead of just plain melee. And then we switched over to Essence, which shook up all the rules, shook them up in a bag, picked out like 75% of them, and then like relabeled a few things or like pared them down. So I feel like I have this memory that gambits. Okay, I know that this is predetermined, so nothing I say will affect what happens if I use 50-50, because I'm leaning towards using 50-50.
That's right. It's random.
It is like it is. Nothing I say will affect what happens when I use it.
Yep, you can.
So therefore, I'm going to speak it out.
Sure.
I feel like it's decisive. I feel like gambits had a cost. They had a fixed initiative cost, which would mean it's a decisive attack because it spends initiative rather than a withering attack, which is designed to gain attack. I do not believe they were movement or reflexive. So I'd like to use my 50-50.
You're going to use your 50-50?
Yes.
Okay. Computer, please take away 2 wrong answers, leaving 1 correct answer and 1 wrong one. At random, please.
Of course. Of course it's withering decisive.
So you're left with withering and decisive attack.
I currently have 64 if I walk away, I have 32 if I fail, and I'm stand to gain 125,000.
That's right. And you still can phone a friend.
As far as I know, neither friend has played Exalted 3rd Edition any more recently than I have.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to leave it on myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with D, decisive.
You're going to go with D. Final answer?
Decisive. I'm just going to like aphasia check myself. Withering builds up initiative. Decisive, you spend initiative to deal damage. So D, decisive, final answer.
Final answer is a kind of decisive moment, right? In this case, it was the right one. It's 125,000. You okay?
Yeah.
You still have 1 lifeline left.
And I would like to phone a friend because
we haven't done that yet.
Call us. Yeah.
Well, we have 3 questions left. You ready for $250,000? Let's play. Going with D is the RPG Clinic way. It says weirdness.
Oh, yeah, the D.
Which of the following characters survives the events of Changeling the Streaming? Layla measures twice. Mazer. Seven. Jarek.
Okay. This is interesting. I definitely knew. So spoilers for anyone that's watched the stream. Maybe mute until, or even hide the thing, because spoilers.
we're doing a trivia.
It's also
thing.
been like
spoilers all around.
many years. But I remember that we lost. This is my watch. I'm not going to look at it. We lost a member of the group, and I'm fairly certain it was Layla measured twice. So Layla, I believe, did not survive. Mazer, I remember getting away, capturing him, having an opportunity to kill him, and I feel like we didn't. But Memton, I remember quasi-recently, when running Disconcordia, looking back over some notes that I had from my character sheet and pages and stuff, so this, quasi-recently, like, within the last year, seeing that Seven had stepped down as assistant to High Queen Lenore, and was retired. Jarek, I'm so sorry, John. I don't fucking remember. Like, I remember that there was an NPC named Jarek. I don't for the life of me remember who they were or what they were. Mm-hmm. So my instinct is Seven. Oh, that's our food, so we're going to take a moment.
Hello? I am well, how are you? It's in the lobby. Okay, I will go and pick up the order in the lobby. Thank you. Bye. You send...
Yeah, I'm gonna message them. I didn't even finish what I was writing. Because you called me in. Okay, I promise I'm not cheating.
I
have no intention of. I'm about to ask one. Can one of you go get the food and the other be my phone friend? I should probably just call this out into
Yeah, just call it out.
the hallway. Yeah.
I would do that because I don't know whether it's somebody waiting in the lobby or whether they just dropped the food and ran.
Hey, Franz. So apparently our food is in the lobby. So could one of you who's willing to go down to the lobby go down to the lobby?
All right, we're just sorting this out.
Yes. Yes, you'll go into the room, you'll put on the Mortal Wombat blindfold, and then we'll do the 30-second as per on Millionaire. Yeah.
Chat's pretty lively on this question.
Hope I don't ruin your life. Oh, that's okay. I can't say things because I wouldn't be on the phone with you yet.
So, do you want me to just stay out here?
No, you can come in.
Yeah, once you get to a position where you're safe.
And then put on the blindfold and you're fine.
Yeah.
You want me to sit?
So, hi, Elizabeth.
Hi!
We have Kate here.
Oh, hi,
She's been
Kate.
doing great. She's already won $125,000.
Oh my god, amazing.
She's going for $250,000, and she needs your help.
Okay.
So, what's going to happen is we're going to put up a timer on the board, and you're going to have 30 seconds. When that timer hits 0, you need to stop talking. Okay?
Okay, I won't know when it...
It'll go do.
Don't worry. We're going to tell you.
Great.
She's going to read you the question with 4 possible answers.
Okay.
It's coming out of this. It's coming out of the...
Okay. Which of the following characters survives the events of Changeling the Streaming? A. Layla measures twice. B. Mazer. C. Seven. Or D. Jarek. Who survives?
Ugh, I don't remember who Jarek is.
Me neither.
I'm tempted by 7. Very tempted by 7. Layla definitely dies.
Mm-hmm.
What's the second one?
Mazer?
No, Mazer dies.
Okay, thank you. I'm in the same boat, Jarek. That was the do.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you, friend.
You're welcome.
I feel bad because you are the person who played Jarek. I'm gonna go look him up, and he's probably just there as a red herring.
It's possible.
It's possible. So Liz confirmed what I was feeling. So I'm going to say C7.
You're going for it.
Final
Is
answer.
that your final answer? Layla Measures Twice died on the assault on the Hive. Mazer was killed by Kyoko. Jarek was the Prince of Montreal. So 7 survived.
Yeah. Derek was a vampire. Derek was
That's
a vampire.
$250,000.
Yay.
Ready to keep going?
Guys. Yes. I'll
For
tell her.
$500,000. The last day in Exaltwitch Nexus was titled what? We'll Always Have Paris, The City on the Edge of Forever, Legacy, or Journey's End?
Almost certainly it wasn't We'll Always Have Paris. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Legacy. I know that there was a naming scheme. I know that Journey's End would feel right. I know that The City on the Edge of Forever would feel right. I am not confident about this, and I don't have any lifelines left.
No, you don't. You can talk it out.
I have 250,000 and this
You
is
have
going for
250,000. This is for $500,000.
Okay.
But if you get this wrong,
Yeah.
you go right down to 32.
So my inclination is City on the Edge of Forever. I know that so we first had exaltwitch.com. Then I ported all of that content when we started changing the streaming over to RPGClinic.com, but that was hosted on the wiki format. And then I ported it all again to Fandom Wiki, which is where our wiki currently is stored. So I feel like maybe I've seen it enough times that I should know. But Journey's End makes sense too. The naming scheme, at least for a portion of Exaltwitch Nexus, was episode titles from Star Trek The Next Generation, I believe. I know that, I'm so familiar with both B and D. I don't know whether they were both Next Generation titles, but I can't ask the audience. I don't think Scott and Liz know TNG as much as you and I do. So I think I'm going to walk.
You're going to walk away? Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Okay. They weren't all Next Generation. It was Star Trek in general.
Okay.
Do you want to take a flyer?
It would have been B.
The answer was A.
What?
The April Fool's episode.
Oh, I would have been so salty. Totally fair. Totally fair.
Still counted as a day, is listed as a day.
Is it the last or
It
the
is
most
the last
recent?
one. It is the last one.
Okay.
I mean, either way, chronologically, it would also still
Just
be the last
the
one.
last. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and The City on the Edge of Forever is the episode where Summer Blaze died.
Oh, that was episode 20.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so long ago. Well, I'm glad I
But
walked.
here's the thing, you walked. You are the person who came away with the most money. You have $250,000. Congratulations.
Thank you. Shall I call our friends back in?
You should call your friends back in. We'll have a look at the other questions that we didn't get to. There aren't many.
No. Thank you, Liz. You helped me. But now I walk away. So you're all welcome back in. Did you jam the pizzas in the oven?
All right, so we're going to expand this again so that we can see all three of the players.
Hello.
There. I'm going to go on your right here.
Yeah.
So I have to unlock this.
Oldie, oldie.
So we, reset that transform.
Wow.
All up here.
Scale us down. Oh, you can even scale us
Na-na-na-na.
Okay, so Kate walked with 250,000, making her the big winner today.
Congratulations. Perhaps a smart move.
Ellie Spot's upset that Kate removed her red cardigan. You're no longer matching.
This is very bizarre.
Yeah.
We're like,
Can I one shoulder it or something?
I almost wore a red plaid shirt, but they don't fit anymore.
So Kate walked on a question she would have got wrong.
Oh, see, now that's good. Good move.
She would have got wrong.
what was the question? Can we know?
I'll just bring it up again.
Hi!
It'll have the sounds.
That's fine.
But that's okay.
We'll have the sounds. It's okay. The sounds are fun.
I like them.
The question was, the last day in Exaltwitch Nexus was titled what?
Oh.
We'll always have Paris, The City on the Edge of Forever, Legacy, or Journey's End.
I think it was Legacy.
And I'm pretty sure it's The City on the Edge of Forever.
And you would have all been wrong.
I also would have gone with B.
It's Will Always Have Paris?
The April Fool's episode is technically the last day
Yes,
of
of course it is.
Exaltwitch.
Day 15.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've even transcribed
We were
that
all like,
onto the.
But to be fair, I don't think anybody in chat knew either.
Yeah,
Oh, fools.
it's not on the wiki. I
That was a
don't think.
great episode.
But that means that she only had her $1 million question left. Do you want to have a look at it?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh my god. And we can work together.
Yeah, and you can work together to see if you can get it. For $1 million, this is what it would have been. Who went through the fewest clones in Paranoia Taskmaster?
Oh my god.
Scott, Kate, Elizabeth, or Jess?
I'm guessing me. I don't know why, but
Gut instinct.
I feel like I remember not.
Do we
Not being
did
killed
we
that often.
always lose clones when we failed a task? Probably, right?
There was a lot of random to that. There was sometimes like, you said like blue instead of green. You're dead. I would not have any idea. I don't think it was me.
Vaguely remember not dying that often, but that's not
I'm
much
sure
to
I
go
died
on. I would have walked on this question for
Yeah.
sure.
This is tough.
But my guess is me.
I'm happy to go with her.
Yeah, it wouldn't be me, so that sounds right.
So, Jess had the second fewest clones
Fewest?
lost.
Okay.
Scott, you lost the most.
Yeah, sure.
By a margin.
By a margin!
It would have been.
Yay!
It would have been Liz.
Very good.
Yeah,
This question is well,
good.
possible.
Definitely,
Fantastic.
definitely noble. It's possible that it's stuck in our brains. But
Yeah. Or that you could be like, oh, who did really well that... Yeah, you're right.
But I don't think I would have.
They still
like
can't
you
see
and
the
I.
chat, but I can try to make it so they can see chat. Hold on.
Oh, how fun was that?
Actually, no, I still want them to try to figure it out without chat's help.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
I'll fill you in. Liz was very grovelly, Kung Fu Fenris says during
That
Paranoia. That tracks.
tracks a lot.
Frankie
Liz
Beer.
was very grovelly.
So,
loved that.
Oh,
Scott,
cuts to the
you
core.
donged out on the $250,000 question.
That's correct.
Do you two want to see what it was?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure that we'll go in and you can look at all the questions later on. But Scott's $250,000 question was this. When Disconcordia concluded, how many channels were part of the Starcloth category? 8, 9, 10, or 11?
Okay.
This is what I did too, obviously, right?
Scott told me before, so I'm not going to say
Okay.
anything.
Then I'm gonna talk through it. Since,
Yeah.
Yeah, go
So,
for
foyer, main stage, black box, projection booth, office, green room, garden, studio, Zoe's loading dock, Zoe's office, or Zoe's home,
Apartment.
or whatever apartment. Yeah. So I would have gone with 10
You would have gone with 10?
because Zoe's apartment was hidden.
You would have been wrong. The infinite,
Infinite
whiteboard.
That whiteboard.
It's not a room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I did a full walkthrough in my
Yeah,
mind.
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Same
yeah.
thing, yeah.
But you also still
I also missed the loading bay. I just got there.
Would you have got it, Liz?
Not unless I'd used 50-50, I think. If I'd used 50-50 and 10 had been eliminated, I would have gone with 11.
It was, I believe it was 9 and 11, which were
Okay.
the 50-50.
Oh,
So
well,
then
shit,
I
you
would
helped
have
me.
gone with
I'm
11.
forgetting. Yeah, I would have been
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm forgetting something. It was
Because I would have been
Yeah.
able to get to 10, and if
Yeah.
10 had been taken away,
Yeah.
then maybe I would have figured it
Actually, that's a
out.
good point. 50-50 is really helpful here because you're not misremembering something.
Yeah.
So
There's
Ellie
gotta be
Spot
more.
says Zoe's apartment was never hidden. That's not correct.
It wasn't hidden to you.
It wasn't
madam.
hidden to you. It eventually was revealed to everybody. But
Was
for
this
a
secret
while, it
praise?
wasn't always revealed to everybody.
For a
Yeah.
while, I think it was.
It was also just us.
Yeah.
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 So,
And then it was like,
which
read
of course
only.
confuses us, but not
We-
necessarily
yeah.
you.
There was another hidden location.
How many private channels were there? More than 50.
Yeah.
More
How
than
many channels
50.
were
All right,
Okay,
here's-
I'm not
folks?
going to go there.
Here's Scott's $500,000
Oh
question.
my god, hit me the hell up. Love questions.
In Exalted 3rd Edition, which rule states story comes before adherence to the rules? The Golden Rule, the Orichalcum Rule, the Storyteller's Rule, or the Red Rule?
Not the red rule. We're all in agreement.
Red rule's about sexy times
Correct.
and consent.
So the Orichalcum rule is the one that's like, if a rule doesn't make sense, or if you don't like a rule, change it, right? Isn't that the
I think
Orichalcum rule?
so.
The trouble is the Orichalcum and the Golden Rule are
I
similar
know,
enough.
I get them confused all the time.
I assume the 50-50 would have just left me with those two. Who
I can
knows?
show you what the 50-50 would have shown you once you've...
I've never read the Storyteller's rule,
I
but
don't think it was.
I mean,
Might
I
be a thing.
definitely like that
Sorry.
as an idea. I think I would have gone with Golden Rule.
That would be my guess. Do we want a 50-50?
You want a 50-50
I
this?
do.
Yeah, let's 50-50.
All right, computer. Please take away 2 random answers,
Thank you
leaving
so
1 wrong
much for
answer and the correct one.
Still sucking.
Banana.
Hey!
Yeah, I
This is it.
I
This is the
bail because
problem.
I've even made like overlay props of like for info boxes. Cannot tell you.
Oh, but story comes before adherence to the rules would kind of track with what we know about the Orichalcum rule.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It
no.
You're
means
talking
what you
it out.
said, but they do. I think there's 2 similar words or rules.
They're both in a similar universe. But yeah.
That's it. Got to
Or
walk
help-
here, but my guess would be golden.
You would have walked?
I would have
You would have
walked,
walked and you
for
say
sure.
golden?
That's yes, correct.
You don't know?
I've talked myself into Orichalcum now, so I'm gonna go with Orichalcum.
Would you have walked or would you have gone for Orichalcum?
This is too hard.
I would have walked, I think.
It is the Orichalcum.
Hey!
The Golden Rule is you can change whatever rule you want. The Orichalcum rule is if something happens that doesn't make sense, the story is more important.
Right.
Okay.
The Storyteller rule is if a player is exploiting the rules in a way that doesn't feel fair to the story, it doesn't work. The Storyteller is the ultimate adjudicator on what
Of how the rules work.
and the red rule is, of course, the safety rule that prevents compromise in sexual situations.
Right.
They're all so the first 3 rules. They're actually all listed in order. They're considered the 3 most important rules of Exalted 3rd Edition.
Whoops.
But,
We know them.
so
They're
you
in our hearts,
so you would have
know?
walked at 500.
Yeah.
It's fair. It's fair. But you want to see the million?
Yeah!
Of course we do. Sure hope it's about the Dr. Surgeon MD.
So here is the $1 million question. The very first scene in Changeling the Streaming featured which character? Patches, Sophia, Braum, or Zister?
Fuck. Okay, so it can't have been Zister.
He was gone.
He was trapped.
Mis-
He was.
MIA.
yeah. Away.
I remember what Sophia's first scene was, but
Also
did
remember
that
my
come
first scene, yeah.
after your plunging?
This is
episode?
my question
And
as
what
well.
was Patch's first scene?
Oh, I was like doing my day job, and there was some dude. I don't remember if he was just bothering me or hitting me on me or like wanting some tech support or something. All I remember is I was like, "Fuck this guy, you're annoying." Patient flaw. But I feel pretty confident that it was Braum.
I'm willing to guess that it was Brom. I would have walked, probably.
This is hard, yeah.
But I'm
I might
willing
have
to
gambled.
guess that it was Brom.
Gamble it? Yeah, just
I
like.
guess it was Braum. Do you want to take a 50-50 just to see?
Oh,
Sure.
Yeah. Better not be Zister.
Oh,
wow.
then I think it was Brom then, because I don't
Okay.
think Patch's story was first.
So it's Braum?
He was righteously trying to defeat a clog in a toilet as his first scene, whether or not that's
So
that is
Chandler.
true. Braum was trying to righteously defeat a clog in a toilet, but it was Patches asking for more RAM for her computer.
Ram!
That
Really?
was the first scene in
Ram!
Changeling the Streaming.
Oh shit!
I'm so sorry, everyone who watched Changing the Streaming, that you started with that.
He was kind of hitting on you a little bit.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds right.
Incredible.
Yay!
I would have been confidently wrong.
Me too,
I
actually.
mean, way back down to 32,000. I hate myself.
Yeah, when you fall far.
So Liz, I think you missed it on the 64.
Yeah, the
Four?
64.
So
And
let's
I'm
have a look at
so
that.
embarrassed because
Oh,
I
no.
should have called you two.
That's okay.
Absolutely.
Confidently wrong, right? I would have dogged
I wasn't
out.
confident. I was just wrong.
Vivitter says, "How did I keep watching?"
How dare you?
In Exalted 3rd Edition, which keyword? Oh, maybe you didn't.
This isn't the one I whiffed.
No, okay, this is the one that you would have gotten after this.
Yeah, okay, cool.
We'll look at it anyway. Which keyword indicates that a charm cannot be used in initiative
Oh,
crash?
I knew this.
Aggravated,
I think.
decisive only, clash, or perilous?
It's perilous, I believe. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
We're all very
We're all
confident.
deep
on
by
that.
answer.
Absolutely, yeah.
Bam!
Yeah.
Oh, for
Yeah.
Fuck's sake!
All right, well, let's look at the one that
Yeah.
you did.
that I whiffed. Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
were
okay,
doing
because you were at 32,000.
That's
Yeah,
true.
exactly. It's a free
Yeah.
guess.
It was a free guess.
Dude.
Which RPG Clinic campaign named its episodes after song
Oh.
titles?
Oh no.
It's okay.
Exaltwitch
We
Nexus,
both like did a lot
Exaltwitch
of
Academy,
typing.
I had it
Changing the
narrowed
streaming?
down to the wrong two.
or Star Wars Rage?
No.
The right answer I just completely dismissed.
I have the Spotify playlist from this campaign. It's like near the top of my playlist, so
Aw.
I have it. I listen to it relatively on the reg,
That's cool.
which is why I know what it is. That's okay.
I was talking about this because I had a question about titles. The question that you guys saw. So
Oh yeah.
Changeling the streaming.
Mm.
No, that was board games. What am I
Yes,
saying?
correct,
Holy
yeah.
shit!
Woo!
Uh,
Confidently wrong.
hold on.
I will wait.
Then it wasn't Nexus, so it would have been Academy.
Academy.
Yeah, you would have talked yourself into
Yeah,
the right
yeah, I
answer.
would
As
have
long
said
as you
it.
didn't go changeling the streaming final
Yeah.
answer.
Easiest way is Ballroom Blitz was the gala episode.
I guess that's how your brain works. I was just like board games, and I was like, wait, but I just said songs. What's going on?
My problem was I kept telling myself, because I knew that Nexus didn't have titles for the first chunk, but I could have sworn there was an episode called I'll Follow You Into the Dark, but there wasn't.
That was actually somebody's question.
Yeah, I had which character's defining intimacy was I will follow my brother into the
Oh,
dark.
damn!
So it was a thing that happened.
My brother.
A bro.
This is your 250.
All right.
Love a good question.
Reading Loud says, "You guys have done so much," and yes.
Yes, we have. Thank you.
Our brains are mush.
John's Storyteller D10s were a set made for which game? Exalted, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Changeling the Dreaming, or Vampire the Masquerade?
It was Changeling the Dreaming, wasn't it?
So I'm pretty sure that John's Storyteller D10s are those, which I'm 99. Oh, are those what I'm thinking? Yeah, I'm pretty sure those were. For a long time, you had original Exalted First Edition dice, and now I'm questioning myself because that feels like.
Here, shall I pass these?
Yeah, so
Because
they can show on
you're the
camera.
ones on
They're
camera.
they're seeing what we're seeing.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
These are like a
So
black and yellow situation.
with some sparkly.
With some sparkly.
I'm quite confident that they're exalted.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my memory as well.
Yeah, sure. I would have walked long ago.
You would have walked?
Yeah, I think
You
so.
would have walked? Scott, would you have been confident
I would have been pretty confident in Exalted.
in Exalted? And
As
what
you
about
saw, I was like,
were
final answer.
smashing
I'm
the
ready
button
before
already.
the letters.
you? You thought it was Exalted, and you would have been correct.
Yay!
That's a fact stuck in my brain.
It's a fact.
It was
Don't
mentioned
say.
in several RPG Clinic episodes, which is why I felt comfortable putting it there. Here's the 500,000 for Liz.
Moi.
Hello. Beedly-deedly-dee.
Where did Brahm and Kay swear the oath of true hearts?
I'm so glad that
Home Fires, New York, St. John's, Newfoundland, Montreal, Quebec, or Valdez, Alaska?
I would go Montreal, Quebec. Final answer.
Same.
you're slamming it, eh?
Scott?
So now I'm concerned because I remember there was a dream. I think we were dreamwalking in Brahm's brain in Valdez, Alaska, or in Alaska somewhere, where they spoke. But I have a very strong recollection of swearing the oath of true hearts at a fountain.
At a fountain in Old Montreal,
Yeah.
right?
That was a
That's what I remember
Whether
too.
it was the oath or not, I don't know.
Yes.
But yes, I think so.
I remember
So-
We're
something
all
that felt oathy.
So you would
It
say
felt like
Montreal, Quebec?
relatively confident.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't get this.
Would you have walked, Scott?
I'm nervous enough about being wrong that I might have, yeah.
In Valdez, Alaska,
We did a thing.
Brahm and Kay swore the oath of clasped hands.
Ooh. Very good, everybody. Very good.
So a few people in the chat were wrong.
Oh.
I think I would have done better on. I think I do better on the questions about like events that happened
Stuff
in the games, but
yeah,
things around it.
Yeah.
That's where I fuck up. It's like,
Because that was a scene. It was a very powerful.
Because I knew the
scene.
fountain. If you had just said New York City instead of home fires, I might have doubted myself. Because I'd been like, oh shit, it could have been in Washington Square Park. There's a beautiful fountain. But, like,
but because it was home fires.
Yeah.
Here's the $1 million question.
Oh shit.
Come on, Doctor.
Would you have walked, Liz, or would you have guessed?
I would have just answered. If I'd gotten that far, I would have been riding
It is.
adrenaline.
91B's original function before being uploaded to the Redshift runner's computer was what? Astromech. Protocol. Assassin. Medical.
Wasn't it medical?
I feel confident about medical. I don't know whether assassin droids. No, I guess we did this just after Mandalorian. That's the first time I heard about assassin droids.
They are a thing for sure.
But I'm pretty sure medical.
Wasn't it kind of babying us on the ship?
That sounds right to me as well. I have a memory of protocol droids as well, but like that doesn't feel as important here. A medical droid that became a ship's like system.
That would have been my secondary, but
Yeah.
I'm
I'm not confident, but that would
You would have walked?
Yeah, I would. Well, I would have used whatever lifeline I had left.
I think I would have gone ham and just said
Ham.
You would have gone ham and
I think
picked
so.
D?
Medical
I think
seems
so.
nice.
You would have gone ham and picked D? You wouldn't have walked?
But I would have fucked up earlier anyway.
Sure.
So.
I mean, it's
It's
rough.
$1 million.
It's $1 million, but otherwise you're taking from 500,000 going all the way down to
yeah.
32,000.
But once you get to million, it's like, nah.
It's all just zero.
Oh, so at this point it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You'd be willing to throw away 400.
Not in the real world.
No. That's a different kind of
Not in the
thing.
real world.
John's like, this is real.
The answer was D.
Yay!
Well done, everybody.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
That must be tough coming up with questions of that level for a game.
Yeah, and also
that
trying to
game
grade
specifically,
them.
and
Yeah.
then that exactly
It was not
easy.
Let's see if we can put ourselves back in a place where we can see each other.
Chat.
Those.
Hold on, butts.
Oh, why isn't it recording? We'll have to trim
Stopped
it.
recording.
Maybe.
We never started it again. We'll have to trim it.
Well,
That's fine.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
that's-
sure about DMCA's and stuff.
Oh. Well, rip.
That's okay.
Shit.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. I just assumed we were never uploaded.
I'm fine with my embarrassment never seeing the light of
What
day.
embarrassment.
We'll do another one and record it properly. Same questions.
We earned
Oh.
$32,000
Yeah.
of merch each, and you earned a lot.
Think of all the greenhouses we could commission with that money.
And Kate earned 250,000.
Yay,
That's a lot
Kate.
of RPG Clinic stuff.
It was a different.
Hello, chat.
It's interesting. I mean, the real trick is just I know the answers to the questions, but some of them I'm actively looking at the answer because I've researched it, and so it's kind of like, well, is this easy or is this hard?
Yeah.
Like the million question, which the two of you would have said, okay, medical, and then you just fucking went for it. That question, I was not sure whether I would put it as a million or not. I was flip flopping back and forth between that and the oath question, right? But the other thing is, of course, it's easy if you know the answer.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
yeah,
it.
exactly.
That's
It's
the
not
trouble.
easy if you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you either know it or you don't. And
Yeah.
it's-
I mean, that's part of playing a trivia game based on a slightly more narrow field than anything. Right. It means that you're more likely to know the answer.
Ellie Spot makes
Yeah.
an excellent point.
Yeah.
The fact that we all got similarly far was like a testament to your brilliance.
Brilliant. Love that.
It was interesting though that Scott donged out without using
2 lifelines.
two
that's correct,
lifelines. Liz donged out without using
2 lifelines,
two
I
lifelines
think, yeah.
either. Neither of you used 50-50 or phone a friend.
yeah. Silly. Foolish.
So I came in knowing that they hadn't used phone a friend because they hadn't hollowed out into the hallway, and I was I wanted, as soon as I had any doubts, I wanted to use phone a friend, but then I was like, no, I feel like I'd better be served by my other lifelines. So I feel like maybe I had an unfair advantage in knowing.
Maybe.
I don't know. So I was like, I'm gonna use my lifelines. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here I can. Unfortunately, if Chatterino is open, I can't make a poll. In
damn.
Twitch.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Over here. Hello.
Call. was right.
That clapping mode is animated.
All the time.
Uh,
Great chat.
Good
Congratulations.
chat.
You're the
Yeah,
best
thank you.
player.
Thank you to the audience.
We love the
we might do this again at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all
Yeah.
programmed
Great.
now.
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Yay! Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Do you want to go eat?
Yeah.
Folks, we have a few cool things coming up. Do we want to just go through that?
Through the week really quickly?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be streaming on Tuesday. Stay tuned to the Discord for what that's going to look like because I may not have a stream the week after. So I want to make sure it's kind of special. But join me for that on the Discord. Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday. Do you have stream?
I will probably be streaming.
Hey.
It's my first week back at work after the holidays, so we'll see. But I have a feeling like I'm not going to immediately hit massive crunch. So yeah, I'll probably be streaming. I might go back to the Link to the Past randomizer. I might go into something new. We'll see. I'm probably going to
Wild
throw a
fucking
poll on
game.
the Discord that I'll summarily ignore. But Ellie Spot did say that it would be a good idea to have a clinic hours about games that were upcoming that might have mechanics that are a bit more complicated. So we'll take that into account. We'll take it into account for sure. So we'll see. Maybe we will have a clinic hours coming up.
Nice.
Friday?
Fry Dog, we are continuing the Gardeners of the Galaxy.
I'm sorry. Probably finishing.
Possibly
We
finishing.
seem to be at the finale.
It depends on how much we whiff.
Oh, yeah, with the
Yeah,
combat.
it's like,
Yeah,
is there a
of course,
fight? Might you die 20 times? Because I feel
Look.
like I do that in boss fights.
We definitely did die 20 times.
Yeah.
Saturday there will be more Drew Crew.
Yeah, and I'll be starting. Oh my god.
Not Drew Shrew.
That was one of my questions.
Not Drew Screw.
Wow. Drew
Yeah.
Screw. That's
That was one of your questions?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Drew Crew.
So it's nice that I got it instead of you two
Yeah.
to at least stream it. I mean, I still like it, yeah.
I also stay tuned to the Discord. I think I'm going to start something new on my Saturday night slot in Doomed. If I can get my setup working, I might have a board game for y'all as well. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. Woo!
Yeah, and then Sunday we have an interesting little two-parter. We're bringing our beloved Jess Files as guest
Yay!
to do a stream of Gothic Society, which, for those of you who remember, Good Society was the like Jane Austen type game. Gothic Society brings in some more, Gothic elements. And I'm running it!
Yay! We are excited. I'm hella excited.
So in other words, I don't get to sit in this chair again.
That's right.
Aw.
Hey.
That's
Get
fine.
the
I
hell out
am
of
very happy that I got a chance to stick around to play some Millionaire with all of these fine folk. We'll possibly do that again. Maybe they'll be good enough to make one for me. Who knows? I'll probably lose at like 2,000. Who are we
Really hard
fucking
for no
kidding?
reason, like, oh man.
But thanks for tuning in. Tons of fun.
Yeah.
And for the hype trains.
Yes, so kind.
Happy New Year,
And
folks.
exactly. Yep, I was gonna say the same thing.
Go get vaccinated and shit. And
2023. Go get vaccinated. Yeah.
go get your sixth. I don't know. But in the meantime, we can just go this way, and then we can go that way. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.